Hey everybody, my video is on, this is the post-game video on the game between the 49ers and the Ravens that happened last Sunday. And sorry that I haven't done any more videos before that. I've been kind of busy lately, the holiday season and all that. So I'm sorry I haven't done more videos lately. But let's get on to the game. Um, it was a close game, but I was disappointed. I was disappointed that we didn't finish. And part of that problem is because we made a lot of mistakes in this football game that cost us. There was Jimmy Garoppolo's turnover. And by the way, I'm a Jimmy Garoppolo fan. I like Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's got to do a better job in situations like that to protect the football. You're in a hostile environment. Rain is pouring down. Foul weather, rain pouring, pouring down. You're playing against a good team, hostile environment, deep in your own territory. You got to protect the football. Now I'm not certain whether it was a strip or not. It looked like he was fighting for yards, and then it just kind of came out of there. I wasn't sure whether it was stripped or not, but a lot of bad things when you try to fight for extra yards. I mean, like injuries. He had an injury last year, ACL, trying to fight for yards. In this game, it was a turnover. It just seemed like he was trying to fight for those extra yards, and it just kind of squirted out of there. Got to protect that football. Another problem in this game was penalties. We had way too many penalties. We had a lot of penalties in this, and these were penalties that were costly penalties. These were personal foul. A lot of them were personal foul penalties. Like roughing the passer. Those are killers. Those will kill you every time. And we had some of those, and it killed us. Can't have penalties like that. And that hurt us. But another thing that hurt us too was Kyle Shanahan's coaching. Um, Too many brain farts. I mean, actually, he had a couple of brain farts in the game. There was, before the halftime, there was like about 2 minutes remaining in the game. We had an opportunity to go down the field and maybe get a touchdown. You know, and what he did was he just allowed that clock to get chewed up. The 49ers were not going without they weren't doing the no huddle thing. They were just going right back to a huddle, talking for a little bit, and then going up there and snapping the ball. And they wasted about 2 minutes. I mean, they had 2 minutes to go down the field and maybe get a touchdown. And if they're playing for a field goal, they at least had enough time to get the kicker in better range, which they didn't do. They just kept eating up the clock, and then I think they got to like the Ravens' 40-yard line. They tried to kick a field goal from there, and they missed. And I just think that was just a wasted opportunity there. Kyle Shanahan, of course, is defending his decision about that. He says that he wanted to eat up as much clock as possible so the other team didn't get the ball before the half ended. But there's things you could have done. You could have gotten down there, and then once you got down there, like let's say you could get to their 10 or 20, start chewing up the clock. Start chewing it up as much as possible, and then score from that range. And you don't leave them a whole lot of time to do anything. So that's what there's things he could have done there. The other mistake he made in the game was late in the game, in the fourth quarter. It was 4th and 1. We were in Raven territory, past the 50, and it was like a fourth and one, and he decided that we were going to throw the ball on 4th and 1. The ball got batted down at the line of scrimmage. Well, you know what? I wouldn't have done that. I would have not have done that. What I would have done was run the football. They were running the football fine throughout that game. Mozart was having a good day. You're running the football. If the running game is working for you all day, in a situation like that, you run the football. Or you could have tried a quarterback sneak, or maybe you could have done a little rollout with the quarterback and maybe run and pick up the first down. And Shanahan defended that decision. He says, well, if I had to do it again, I still would have thrown the ball. I just would have put it in a different play. Should have run the football there. Should have ran it. It was a really bad decision on his part. And when we didn't get that first down, I knew we were in trouble. There was like 6 minutes remaining in the game, and I knew the Ravens, as good as, because their offense was moving the ball pretty good with the running and the scrambling stuff. I knew they were going to get that ball, chew clock, and kick the winning score. Kick the winning field goal. I knew that's what they were going to do. I knew it. And as soon as we didn't get that, we didn't convert on fourth down, I knew we were in trouble. And we end up losing. So yeah, there was things we could have done better. Now, what disturbs me about a loss like this is that it's easier to deal with a blowout than it is losing a close game, because these kind of close games, yeah, you sleep on it. You sleep and you think about it and you dream about it, and you're like, only if we had done this, only if we had done that better, only if, it was a close game, maybe we could have done this better, done that better. That's just so annoying to think that we were that close and thinking what we could have done. That's what irritates me about losing close games is, would have, could have, should have. Now, one of the, after the game on Sunday, I went around the internet looking at the comment sections around YouTube and other places around the internet on the game, on the game between the 49ers and the Ravens, the comment sections of these websites and places, and I couldn't believe my ears. I heard 49er fans saying that they were fine with it. Oh well, we lost. Oh, at least we're still 10-2. That's still good. At least we showed we can hang with the Ravens. We went in their backyard and we played them tough. Nobody expected that. Trying to make it sound like a moral victory. Well, you know what? I'm not into the moral victories. I that's all I heard on Sunday was all these fans trying to make a moral victory out of it, saying that we lost. I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. I just hope we make the playoffs. You got to be kidding me. See, this is the way I look at it. If the division is within reach, that should be the goal. That should be the goal. You don't just say, well, I just hope we make the playoffs, whether we win the division or not. That's no big deal to me. I just want us to be in the playoffs. You know what? If the division is within grasp, that is the number one goal. Unless let's say winning the division is out of reach, but making the playoffs is, then I'm there with you. But if that should be our number one goal, if it's something that we can do. Now, losing this game to the Ravens hurts. It hurts our situation, because now the Seahawks won on Monday night against the Vikings, and now we're on the 5th seed and they're in first place in the NFC West because of that loss and their win on Monday night. Now we're tied with them. Both our teams are 10-2, but yeah, 10-2, and some people are just fine with that. I want us to get in there, and win the division, because winning the division is important, because if you win the division and you get a first round bye, having that first round bye is important. It gives you a chance, an opportunity to rest your players, and we have banged up players. We need that bye. I just there's people just saying, well, I don't know. I couldn't believe my ears that I heard 49er fans saying that they're content. They don't care whether they win the division or not. They just want to be in the playoffs. I just thought that was just unbelievable. You shouldn't try to put a positive spin on a loss. You shouldn't. Now, if this loss occurred probably early on in the season, it probably wouldn't have been that bad a deal as it is late in the season because we got 4 games to go. You know, and I don't mean to. I have a feeling the Seahawks are not going to lose any games from here on out. I mean, we have to play them one more time, but those next 3 games, I guarantee you they're going to win those next 3 games. This team knows how to hold on to its position very well when it's on top. Yeah, we got to do a better job. That's all I got to say about that. But I couldn't believe my ears hearing some of these fans, you know, being content, being 10-2, not caring whether or not we're going to be a wild card or a division winner. I don't know about you, man, but I want us to win the division, and I want us to make the playoff. I want us to win the division and have a first round bye. And in playoffs, I mean, maybe home field advantage or whatever. But some of these fans, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. Dang, Seahawks are in first place. It's ridiculous. For most of the season, we were in first place, and now they have it towards the end. Pesky Seahawks. They always seem to get in our way, all the time. It's like, they've kept us from Super Bowls. They've kept us out of the playoffs. They always get in our way. They always try to keep us from where we want to go. That's why a lot of times I wish they'd go back to the AFC West. I don't know, I heard some years ago that the NFL might do a realignment with the teams and put certain teams in different divisions again and stuff. And that the Seahawks might go back to the AFC West. I hope that happens. I'm tired of these guys. I'm tired of them making it rough on us. Because I'll be truthful with you. They have they have our number for so long. So, yeah. But anyways, so that's why I just wish they weren't in our division anymore. But anyways, that's my video. I'll do a video on the Saints, perhaps, coming up. That's all I want to talk about. Again, I'm sorry I haven't done many videos, but I've been kind of busy lately with a lot of things. So that's all I want to say, and until the next video, everybody take care.